Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video we're going to make some pistachio pudding. But before we do that, if you enjoy low-carb cooking videos, product and ingredient reviews, as well as lessons learned from my experiences with the ketogenic lifestyle and intermittent fasting, click that subscribe button down there, and while you're at it, click the bell next to it so you're notified whenever I release a new video. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm all about giving credit to those people that inspired me to make a given recipe. In this particular recipe, my inspiration came from Facebook follower Michelle Turner Luth. Now, Michelle asked for a pistachio chaffle, but that just wasn't lighting my fire. I thought I could do something better with pistachios. And one of the things that I really kind of missed from childhood, gosh, I don't even know how long it's been since I've had it, but it was pistachio pudding. So that's what we're gonna make right here. We start with 1 can of unsweetened coconut milk. Then set your burner to medium-high. To this, we add 1/2 cup of pistachio butter, and I'll link to the recipe to that right in this general vicinity here. Depending on the temperature of your coconut milk, this could take a little while to whisk in. Now, it's worth noting that depending on the type of burner you're using, this could go very, very quickly. So if you're using gas or if you're using an induction burner like this, really you got to stay on top of this and be mindful of the temperature. You've got a little bit more leeway if you're working on an electric stovetop. Once the pistachio butter is more or less dissolved, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of sweetener. I'm using Boca Sweet here. Whisk that in. 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Whisk that in. Now is where temperature plays a very important part as we turn this into a pudding or a custard. We want our temperature to be somewhere between 160 and probably 175 tops. We're at 173 right now. And with that, we're going to add 4 egg yolks. But first, we're going to temper them. If we put them right in right now, they'll start to cook. We don't want that to happen. We want to create a custard. So we're going to grab a little bit of our sauce, mix it in. And we'll do that 3 or 4 more times so we can gradually bring up the temperature of our egg yolks and thus not shock them and cook them when we put them into the rest of the sauce. Now we can whisk in our tempered egg yolks. We'll add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla cream stevia. Then we'll continue whisking, checking the temperature until it hits 180 degrees. Then we're going to pull this off the heat. If it gets to the point that it bubbles, you know that you're at the right temp and should pull it off. Let's just take a look at where we're at here. 180, 181, good enough. Coming off the heat. You're going to want to let this cool for at least an hour, stirring occasionally. Now, this next step is totally optional, but if you want this to really look like pistachio pudding, about 6 drops of green food coloring will do the trick. That's pretty much the color I remember from Jell-O brand pudding. We've had this batch chilling overnight, so we'll scoop some out. Sprinkle a little chopped pecan on top. Grate a little 90% dark chocolate. That's a total Instagram pic right there. Now my favorite part of every video, the taste. Oh my goodness. This is like grown-up pudding right here. I mean, it brings back my memories of eating Jell-O brand pudding, pistachio flavored. But oh, this is just, it's so much more rich and flavorful. And as good as this is right here, I know that it's a wonderful topping for my keto pound cake, which is coming soon. Maybe it's here already. If there's a link up there, that's where it's at. Another cool thing about this recipe is not only can you eat it straight up like pudding, not only can you put it on top of another dessert like pound cake, but you can also freeze it in a silicone mold to make fat bombs that are quite wonderful as well. So I want to thank Michelle Turner-Luth once again for being the inspiration for this recipe. If you're looking for a sauce that comes together pretty quickly and can be used a number of different ways, give this a try. And thanks for watching.